What's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Oh man, I love that guy's channel. Absolute legend. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades, where we get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. And let's just get right into the video, guys. Excuse my voice, please, because I have been grinding through some videos here in the last couple days, doing a lot of live streams. She is rough. I'm drinking some coffee, some tea with honey, honey with tea with honey. And it's nasty. I don't like tea, but we're sucking it up. Today, we're going to give you guys an update on ticker symbol CTRM, Castor Maritime Incorporated. This is a stock that I put on your guys' radar for a long freaking time, and it is finally doing what we thought it would do. Absolutely amped to be talking about this today. So, what are we going to be doing? Well, we're going to run you through the why, the fundamentals of the company. Why should you care? Why is this a good stock? Why should you put your money here, right? Any recent news catalyst, and we're going to look at the financials, right? And then the meat and potatoes, which is the chart. We're going to look at this on the 1 month chart as well as the 1 day, 1 minute chart. I've got a couple different indicators pulled up. Let me explain them to you if you don't know. The RSI, which is the relative strength index, anything over 70 is overbought, anything under 30 is oversold. And then the 200 EMA, which is this purple trend line, and the 15 MA, which is this blue trend line. The purple trend line, right? This 200 EMA is the exponential moving average. This is a price action based valuation trend line over a 200-day moving period, a macroscopic overview of price action over a long time. 15 MA, or the moving average, some brokerage accounts will call this the SMA, the simple moving average, is a price action based valuation trend line over a 15-day moving period, and this gives us a microscopic perspective of price action. I use these both side by side so that we can get an idea of breakouts and price action that can indicate when an upcoming run is coming. So we're going to look at all these guys. We're going to drop a Fibonacci retracement, give us an idea of the strength of the chart. I'll show you guys how to do that step by step. I'm going to give you potential entry points, exit points, the whole 9 yards, right? I don't currently have a position in CTRM in my Webull account or my Fidelity account, right? So I've got absolutely no reason to pump this to you guys, right? This is a stock that I absolutely love. I have had a position here in the past. I do not currently. Let's get into the video. We've got quite a bit to cover. So let's just take a quick peek at what they do. Castor Maritime Incorporated is a Cyprus-based company. The company is engaged in the ocean transportation of dry bulk cargoes worldwide through the ownership and operation of bulk carrier vessels. It also aims to increase its fleet through acquisitions of new and modern vessels. So essentially, what these guys do is they carry mass amounts of dry bulk cargoes worldwide through vessel acquisition. And if we just pull up their website really quick, we can take a quick peek at what this means. So I've got them pulled up right here, and we can show you what I'm talking about. We're committed to promoting honest and ethical business conduct throughout our operations. It's Castor, it's shipping, it's magic. So they do acquire these big vessels, right, to seaborne transport different materials. We are a growth-oriented global shipping company engaged in the seaborne transportation of a wide range of dry bulk commodities along worldwide shipping routes through our ownership of dry bulk vessels. So what does this look like? Key figures. Castor Maritime was incorporated and took ownership of its first vessel, Magic P, in September 2017. 2018, they entered the NOTC under the ticker Castor. 2019, in February, they entered the NASDAQ capital market under the ticker CTRM. They took delivery of the Magic Sun back in September of 2019, the Magic Moon, the delivery of Magic Rainbow, so on and so forth. You see that they continue to acquire new vessels, which is, in the long term, just going to show more revenue for this company. So we're going to take a quick peek at their press release, their most recent press. And the one we have right here that I actually like to see is another acquisition of a vessel. So as of February 3rd, we can see that CTRM, a global shipping company specializing in the ownership of dry bulk vessels, announced that it entered through a separate wholly owned subsidiary into an agreement to purchase a 2009 Japan-built Kamsarmax dry bulk carrier from an unaffiliated third party for a purchase price of $14.5 million. This is basically an investment into the company, right? The acquisition is expected to be consummated by taking delivery of the vessel within the first quarter of this year and is subject to the satisfaction of certain customary closing conditions. So to put this into retrospect, guys, essentially, let's say that you were an Uber driver, right? But you didn't own a car. You're going to be a pretty useless Uber driver, right? Or an Uber Eats driver. You're not going to be able to, I suppose you could do it by foot, but these vessels are absolutely necessary for them to transport dry bulk cargo across these seaborne routes. So for them to increase their overall fleet, right, to increase the amount of fleets that they own, every time this happens, that is a good sign because they're going to be able to move more products, and that is going to increase the amount of revenue that the company sees. So anytime that you see they have another vessel that they've acquired, we should really pay attention to that because that really puts a lot of pressure on buying. Looking at their financial statements over the last year, right? We can look at this in 2019. We can look at their gross profit, which was $3.16 million. Not a very high number, but it was a pretty decent amount of growth, 11.17% compared to the previous year of 2018, $2.85 million, right? Look at their cost of revenue. This is where they've really been doing well. Cost of revenue increased 79.85% over the last year, 2.8 million from 1.56 million. Revenue 35% higher than the previous year, and the total revenue 35% higher than the previous year. Now, if I do remember correctly, we're going to come back over here to CTRM and take a quick peek at their investors and look at their earnings releases. And their most recent earnings release was on November 11th, 2020. Financial results for the 3 months and 9 months ended September 30th, 2020. And sometime within the next month or so, you should be seeing another earnings release coming out for the company. Looking here at the quarterly, right? We don't yet have Q4. And they've grown a lot. You can see this. I mean, Q4 of 2019, they keep growing, right? Year over year, they're seeing some really solid numbers, guys. So this is a company that's growing, and I think it's going to continue to do so. In my eyes, CTRM would be a really solid midterm to long-term investment. I genuinely believe that. So that is the why. This is why I think CTRM is a good company, right? There's always going to be a need in a market for transportation of bulk cargoes, right? I'm in mass quantities, especially, right? Coming from different countries, exports, that kind of thing, coming from Japan, Germany, Europe, Korea, wherever it may be, right? We can't transport everything by air. In order to get things where they need to go from different countries, you're going to need these vessels. And if CTRM can step into the game and be a good market, be a good competitor, they're going to be solid. And I think there's some pretty good potential here. So, not just in the midterm and long term, but in the short term, there is potential as well. Right now on the R side, they are trading at about 71, which does mean they are overbought. So I do anticipate seeing a little bit of a pullback, especially because we have an inverse hammer candle. Now, what is that? That's this right here. An inverse hammer candle typically indicates that there was buyers that tried to push the price up and it was rejected, which is why you see this really thin log of the candle and a really long wick. It indicates a little bit of weak buying presence, and that's the most recent candle that we have available to us. So based on that alone, I personally would anticipate that you see a little bit of a pullback leading into Monday or tomorrow. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? This just indicates it's going to give people a buying opportunity if they don't presently have one. But I do think that CTRM is going to continue on this nice upward trajectory that we're seeing. So what I have drawn up here is recent price action, right? We had a very nice clean run up here, huge push up to $1.10. Then it pulled back. We see this squeeze down of price action, right? You can see trend line and touch points here, 1, 2, 3 different touch points, which to me signifies a significant level of either resistance or support. So we've got those 3 touch points descending down, and then we have an ascending level of support with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different touch points, and we broke above this descending level of resistance with a wide range candle bar, signifying that we have continued on with a bullish run. From there, what has happened? Well, if we take a quick peek, we have been trading sideways a little bit. So I'm going to clear up this the charts here and just draw up some new stuff for you. Based on what I'm seeing right now, we saw another break of a descending level of resistance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different touch points, a break with a wide range candle bar. Now this is going to be acting as a level of support. And what we can do from here is draw up what we see again, right? We can see that we have an ascending level of support with 1, 2, 3, 4 different touch points, right? If it breaks below that, where is it going to come to? Well, based on what we see here on the charts, we can take a quick peek, right? We know we've got a nice level of support right about here. Now, why do I think that, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You get the picture. There's a lot of touch points on this 71, what would this be? 70.1 cent level of support. So if it does break beneath this ascending level of support, I think this is going to treat you very well as a good entry point. And if it breaks beneath that, what would we be looking at, right? Probably about here. So it's a pretty tight price zone. I don't anticipate it pulling back much harder than this, right? It is pretty overbought at the moment. So there is risk buying it at the level that it is right now, because anytime something is overbought, that typically means that it is overvalued. And as traders, we don't want to do that. We want to buy things when they're undervalued, oversold, or not so much overbought and overvalued. So try not to do that, my friends. Do wait for a pullback. All stocks, except for Tesla, always pull back, and it will present an opportunity for you. The volume is very predictable. We do see a nice, even, consistent amount of volume coming into the stock. And historically speaking, the pullbacks aren't very harsh. So what you should be looking for, anything around 47 on the RSI. We can see 44, right? Pretty clean pullbacks. It's not that bad. 41. This is about the worst pullback that we've seen, but a shift in points overall, not a huge shift in points, right? You can see that this shift right here from 79 down to 47, that's not that harsh of a pullback. It's about 30. So a very nice chart. It doesn't pull back very harshly, right? If we drop a retracement and just take a look at the overall strength of the chart, it's a little bit weak overall. We typically go to the top of the run-up, which is the top of a candle wick. Did retrace down to 78.6 ever so slightly and just for a while. Did hold up very well at 61.8%. But if we exclude these wicks, pull it back down to the candles, it does look a little bit stronger. We're holding pretty well at 61.8%, starting to come up here to that 50% retracement. And to me, it is getting ready for the next leg up. We are setting higher lows and higher highs every single day, right? Looking very solid. We've got a higher low right here. Got another higher low right here. Another higher low right here, right? It's just getting ready to squeeze that price action down. The longer that this continues to do that, my friends, the more we are looking like we're going to see a nice push on the stock. So as I mentioned before, I think a good entry point for you, if you're looking to get in immediately, be very careful buying in because this is overbought, would be right around here at about 76.8 cents or so. But if you're looking for a better entry point, I do think somewhere around 70.12 and what would be about here at 67.4 is going to be the best optimal entry point if you do want to wait a little while and have some patience with the stock. But this is extremely bullish in nature. We've got a nice big gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA. Currently over 70 on the RSI, so it is being bought. It's got great consistent volume, right? Consolidation does favor buyers. We've had a nice long period of consolidation. When a stock trades sideways like this is getting ready to rip. This is giving people an opportunity to get into the stock without any risk. Right, we can see this huge squeeze down in price action. We broke that descending level of resistance, and now that we're on that upward moving channel, my friends, I anticipate we're going to keep on rocking. That's how it looks on the 1 month chart. Going to come over here to the 1 day, 1 minute chart for any last minute things. And as it looks right now, I'm just going to clear up the charts here real quick so you can read this really nice. We had a nice little push. This is dirty. We've got a nice, clean ascending level of support right here, my friends. We broke beneath it here in the after hours, but do keep in mind, without volume in the after hours comes a little less volatility, right? Comes a little more choppiness and price action. So take this with a grain of salt. Put a little asterisk by that. I do anticipate that coming into the regular market hours, this will probably end up being a pretty significant ascending level of support. And you can see here, my friends, that CTRM is looking absolutely filthy. We had a nice, clean ascending channel right here, right? Setting higher highs, setting higher lows. Absolutely dirty. And we ended the day with the 15 MA trading over the 200 EMA. In fact, there was never any given moment in which it actually crossed back under, which is a huge double confirmation. This stock is currently in really bullish territory, and that is what I have for the video today. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel. And consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for Webull. This is version 4 for the desktop. Great platform, great for charting. Allows you to start trading at 4 a.m. in the pre-market. If you use my link, you'll get 2 free stocks with a $100 deposit. I'll receive a free stock. Great way to support the channel, my friends. And if you're not interested, that's totally fine. I'm just glad you're taking the time to watch my video. So that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I'll see you all next time.